Hi, Facebook Live. It's Kathryn Janicek. And do you remember the song, The Show Goes On? I was just, let me turn it down a little bit. I am driving through a couple states today, heading home to meet with some clients tomorrow and this afternoon. And I was just thinking when this song came on about a blog I recently wrote, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's on kathrynjanicek.com. But I was thinking about how, you know, in life this show goes on where, all right, if you don't know, I've been in TV for about 20 years, and I have covered a lot of, all of the terrorist attacks since 9/11 and the threats. And there is, you know, after 9/11, I started packing things and keeping things on me just in case I needed them in an emergency. And let me turn this down a little bit more because I think I'm competing with the radio. But I was in Vegas with my husband, not this past weekend, but last weekend. And there's more details if you'd like to. I write about this on the blog at kathrynjanicek.com. But I was thinking about it today. You know, we were in Vegas, and when we landed on that Thursday, that was the day that there was a video from ISIS, or that they said was from ISIS, that showed that there was a threat, a terrorist threat on the West Coast. And in the video, they showed specifically the Las Vegas Strip, the buildings on the Las Vegas Strip. And we didn't know about the terrorist threat at all until we landed in Vegas. And I was thinking about it when we landed, and when we heard more on the news on Friday and then Saturday and Sunday. Would we have gone to Vegas knowing that there was a credible lone wolf terrorist threat on the Las Vegas Strip? You know, it's one thing if it's in Chicago and you already live in Chicago, but if you're booking a flight just to hang out and have a good time for your birthday, you know, should you really be going somewhere that that there's a credible threat? And my husband was very much like, yeah, the show goes on, like the song. The show goes on. You know, you have to live your life. As President Bush said, you know, he would say things like, you know, if the terrorists win, if we start changing our lives for, you know, every time there's a threat, there's a credible threat. But I will tell you that because I've worked in law enforcement for a couple of years, I've been in television for 20 years. I was a Girl Scout forever, like till it was not cool to be a Girl Scout. I will say that I did not wear that whole weekend. You know, when we went to shows and we went to the casino and the pool and stuff, I never once wore my heels that I had packed. I wore sandals or flip-flops. You're seeing my dog's tail. One second. Look. She's my travel companion today. And pretty much always. This is Marielle. If you have not met Marielle yet, she is our Chihuahua, Dachshund, little bit of Lhasa Apso. Holler if you have a little dog, and I'd love to see his or her picture. But anyway, so we're here in Vegas for 3 days, and there's this credible threat, and it's all over the news, and it's all over the local news, and it's, on our phones, and it was interesting how I reacted, and I never talked about this to my husband at all those 3 days, because he would have thought I was a little crazy. But I specifically kept my bag packed, my purse packed, with my stuff in case we needed to leave the casino or the shows or the pool quickly. I didn't wear heels in case I needed to run. There were just things I did differently that weekend, knowing that there was this credible lone wolf report that that there was a possible, ISIS attack scheduled, or a threat. And, it's something that we all need to think about. I mean, it's not just, after 9/11, I worked, it was like 24 hours or 30 hours straight. And after that, I packed candles after the blackout that happened afterwards from Detroit to New York, I always have candles in my desk drawer. I keep extra deodorant with me at all times. I keep flats. I know a lot of women keep flats on them, but there's just things that it's just good to pack. Kind of like, it's a go bag in journal, in news we call it's a go bag in case you have to be sent somewhere. It is something that you have on you in case something happens and you need to hit the airport and go. But it's just, it was something I just wanted to bring it up because it was a way I was preparing while I was in Vegas when we had this credible threat. And it's a way we all need to prepare. So if you are the CEO of a company or an executive or something, you need to prepare for an emergency. It could be just an emergency that, a media emergency. So who do you have the media call if something bad happens in your company? Someone's pulled over, say it's an executive or there's a major fire in your company at a warehouse. You know the emergencies that would be specific to your company, but what is your plan? What is your plan of action? Where do your employees go? Who do they send media requests to? What is the strategy? And who's gonna talk to the media? Who's gonna send out updates? If you are in charge of a school, who's going to update the parents? So it's all things that I know we have been talking about since 2001, but I don't know if a lot of people in their businesses, in their homes, really have a plan. So that is something that I help do. I help create a strategy, create a plan. So when something happens, whether it's good or it's bad, who your employees should have the media call, or you're ready to go on stage, or you're ready to go in front of a camera. They're all things that we all have to have our emergency, our go-to bag packed. So it may not be a specific terrorism threat, but what's packed in your toolkit? What's in your go bag? Who are your go-to people at your company that are going to react, and what are they going to react to? Who's going to talk to the media? Like I said, you really have to have people prepared. Here's an example. When the 35W bridge collapsed in Hennepin County in Minneapolis, I was the public information officer. I was the person in charge of speaking to the media. Well, we didn't have, the sheriff at the time, and I know he's still the sheriff. He is media savvy. But is your sheriff, is your police, your chief savvy when it comes to speaking with the media? If there is something tragic that happens in your city, in your county, on a river, in your backyard, who is going to make sure, like the mayor of London got on, camera, or, got in front of all the cameras and said, you're going to see a lot of police and fire, you're safe, you're okay. Who is going to restore calm in your company? And if you're in charge of something bigger, you have to try to think about, and how do they restore calm? Do they know how to do that? Do they know how to speak calmly and deliver, and how their body language portrays the message? Do they have those tools? Have they been taught how to relay information that's important without causing a fury of activity that isn't needed? So those are all things I've been thinking about since we were in Vegas, and I was just thinking, like, going through the casinos and the pool, we're the employees of the Wynn Hotel where we were staying. Were they prepared that if something, God forbid, happened, like the lobby was bombed, or if a casino nearby was bombed, or not bombed, I mean, now, someone drives a truck through a door of a casino or whatever, are the dealers coached on how to restore calm inside the casino so people don't just rush out and then honestly cause problems for law enforcement, first responders who are trying to do things. So, it's bigger than just, a law enforcement thing. It's how we all train our customers, or our employees, to be able to make sure that your customers are calm and don't do something that harms themselves. We've seen these airline videos that have been emerging, and yes, flight attendants get great training, but do you have that kind of training? So if something, God forbid, happens and an employee acts out, and there's cameras everywhere, so what is your employee going to do? How are they going to act? Remember, every single person has a camera or two in their purse, in their back pocket, and how your employees react quickly in that moment of they never expected it. It says a lot about your company, and unfortunately, it's very unfortunate what it can paint for your company. So we have to think about too how, you know, your front hostess at a restaurant is trained, your waitresses are trained for if there's a medical emergency inside of your restaurant. So think about all those things that possibly could happen in your line of business, and are you prepared? Are you prepared for some kind of emergency? Are you prepared to deal with the media? Are you prepared to speak to your customers, to your audience, that is your audience, every single day? And let me know if you need help with any of that. I have blogs that go out a couple times a week and emails that go out like this. So please let me know in the comments below if you would like me to put you on my list so you get these kind of just things to think about when it comes to public speaking and media and preparing your company or preparing yourself for the future. I send out an email a couple times a week, and like I said, a blog. So let me know and I'll make sure that you get it in your inbox or get a notification that a new blog has been put up. So in the meantime, please have a great day. It is a Wednesday. It's gorgeous in the Midwest. Let me know where you're from, and again, let me know if you've got any travel buddies like I do, as I'm driving around a couple states today, getting back to my clients for tomorrow. Again, this is Marielle. She is my 15-month-old puppy. I think you can still call it a puppy. So again, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Let me know if you want to be on my list so you get more of these tips. All right, bye.